Bill Cosby returns to television with something new, own unique style.
You gonna be in there long?
Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. My name is Mark, and you can count on it.
540, join.
Join the fun. All have some.
Blow it up now, give it a whack. Turn up the fun with balls that hit.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must
31
interrupt this
Grammy.
show.
Later,
you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's turn out we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you man. I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a Matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Cause you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the title. The idea here is to catch up. We've got a lot to get through. I'm looking at the list. Whew, it's at least 50. So let's see how many we can get through in 1 hour. Here we go. No second chances. Anyone who cheats in marathon will be banned forever, says Bungie. We're gonna have to check how many people are even playing marathon right now, but let's get into the story. Says here, in a new post on the official Bungie website detailing the networking, god damn it, hold on, my Steam just opened, detailing the networking and security setup for its upcoming extraction shooter, Bungie stated anyone found to be cheating will be permabanned from playing marathon forever. No second chances. Later in the post, the studio went into more detail on this, stressing that it will be taking a zero-tolerance policy against cheaters. Quote, "We are committed to making your experiences in Tau City for fun, engaging, and fair," it said. "We will be continuously monitoring the live game and will make frequent updates and investments to our network technologies and security features." It then reiterated, "We're taking a strong stance against cheating, and anyone found to be cheating or developing cheats will be permanently banned from playing marathon forever. No second chances." Bungie also acknowledged that anti-cheat detection measures can sometimes lead to false flags, where players who weren't actually cheating can be incorrectly detected as having done so. It is what it is. Quote, "No system is perfect, so we will have an appeal system to monitor for any issues in detection." It added, suggesting that players wrongly found to have been cheating will be allowed back into the game. Bungie is holding an open preview. All right, they've already done this. The server slam weekend will be run. All right, this has already been done. Those who join. All right, so there's no specification here on how they're going to run the anti-cheat thing. Like, is this going to be a situation of people can just make new accounts, or is it going to be a proper ban on cheating? That's like the question. You know what I mean? Welcome in, Ray cheated. Low get caught using aimbot in marathon. Bite me, Ray bite me. Welcome in, Fuzzy Tomato. Matt likes games. Good. Get cheaters out of games for real. Facts. Facts. I agree with that one. We need to know who's actually good. That's what we need to know. That's what we need to know. Give them IP bans. Exactly. And we didn't get that specific piece of news in terms of the bans. We don't know. Is this the IP or is it just the user? So we're gonna keep you updated. We're gonna keep up to the news on the catch up as often as possible. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sony confirms, hold on, let me close this. Sony confirms a major PS5 Pro upgrade is rolling out today with Resident Evil Requiem. Obviously, it's not today. This is for the 27th of February. We're catching up. PISA is Sony's answer to NVIDIA's DLSS, a machine learning-based upscaler that improves game resolution without impacting performance. Announced last year, the improved PISA is based on AMD's FSR4 and arrives as part of Sony and AMD's Project Amethyst initiative. In a blog post published on PlayStation's website, system architect Mark Cerny confirmed that the new PISA is utilized in today's big release, Resident Evil Requiem, when running on PS5 Pro. Other existing games will be upgraded to use the new PISA in March, he said, via a system-level toggle allowing users to swap out the old and new versions. Quote, "We've been hard at work on a new version of PISA, which takes a very different approach to not only the neural network but also the overall algorithm," Cerny wrote. "We're happy to share that Resident Evil Requiem shipping today is the first title to use this more advanced PISA, which is helping to keep both frame rate and image quality high." He added, through AMD's FSR4 upscaling technology, PC gamers have already seen the benefits of our collaboration with the updated PISA. We're delivering the very latest. What? Through AMD's FSR4 upscaling technology, PC gamers. Oh, okay, through AMD. Okay. PC gamers have seen the benefits of our collaboration with the updated PISA. We're delivering the very latest of this co-developed technology with a further 6 months of refinement. No. PC got it first. PlayStation got the final product. It was beta tested on PC. Just come out and say what actually happened. All right, just come out and say it. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with my eyeballs, but these things usually don't change much of what's on the screen materially, in my personal humble opinion. So I'm not really impressed with stuff like this. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not really impressed. Oh, neat. Hopefully this one works. Yeah. Let's not forget the other one that broke the games. I'm not sure which game it was, but I do remember a story about PISA breaking games. Sony's Santa Monica studio is working on a new franchise within the God of War universe. Okay. So before I even get into it, I think this is a good idea. I think this is a very good idea. Let's give Kratos a rest, and I hope that when he eventually returns, I hope it's pre-2018 Kratos. This sad mopey Kratos, that's not what I'm here for. I'm just being honest. That's not what I'm here for. At least not when I turn on God of War, you know. Maybe when I'm playing The Last of Us and it's Joel or whatever, sure. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. As spotted by Reset Era, the writer claims they spent 5 years up to last September helping, quote, shape narrative vision and creative direction at Sony Santa Monica studio for a new franchise within the God of War universe, developing characters, storylines, and original lore that expanded the acclaimed IP. The post matches with claims made by Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, also known as the Michael Jordan of video game journalism, Mr. Jason Schreier, who wrote in a recent story that PlayStation at one point intended to. Jason said they intended to. So is this still moving forward or not? And also, this person worked at Santa Monica until September. Between September and now, has the project continued? We're not sure. So essentially, we're working off of the following piece of information. Someone that used to work at Santa Monica doesn't know if the project's still going, and one of the most reliable sources in gaming journalism is like they were working on it, but we don't know if they're still doing it. Quote, support several God of War sequels and spin-off like its own smaller version of Marvel's cinematic universe. Santa Monica Studios' last major project, blah blah blah, last month. All right. So that's pretty much the news. Sony Santa Monica was. There's people that have information about them working on a new franchise. So who even knows what that's about? It's not true. In the beginning, God created PlayStation and Pizza. Before that, the gaming industry was just obscurity. Yeah, Richie. Well, it's not gonna do anything for Football Manager. God damn it, Fuzzy. There's no need to do that. Like, if we have to get into it, Football Manager really needs more storytelling around the football itself. I think they've got the mechanics down, but I feel like they would really benefit from more in-depth storytelling and a couple of cutscenes, peppered in here and there for like when you sign a contract, when you leave a job, etc. So this one kind of hurts, Fuzzy. This one kind of hurts. Let's move on. Bluepoint reportedly had a Bloodborne remake pitch rejected by From Software. This is nuts, because if you guys remember, for years we've been going off of Miyazaki's quote where he said that Sony were not receptive to From Software's suggestions of doing like a port for doing a port for Bloodborne. So this is nuts. Let's get into the story, because if I have to pick a side, right, just off the headline, I'm taking Miyazaki's side. That's just me. A former exec previously suggested From wants to remake Bloodborne itself. Okay, let's go. So this is according to a new report from Bloomberg again. I wonder if this is Jason Schreier also, which claims that Bluepoint pitched a Bloodborne remake early last year, but that the original developer From Software blocked the proposal. Although PlayStation owns the Bloodborne IP, former exec Shuhei Yoshida has previously shared a theory about why a remaster... Okay, so this is a theory, ladies and gentlemen. This is a theory. Speaking in an interview with Kinda Funny Games last year, Yoshida said he thought From Software president Hidetaka Miyazaki was interested in remaking the game himself in the future and doesn't want anyone else to touch it. Sony would likely respect Miyazaki's wishes, Yoshida said. Bloodborne has always been the most asked for thing, and people wondered why we haven't really done anything, not even an update or remake or remaster, which should be easy. We're known for doing so many remasters, some people get frustrated, he told Kinda Funny. Okay, so it's a theory. Alright. I only have my personal theory. Again, this is a quote. Quote, I only have my personal theory for that situation. I left first party development, so I don't know what's going on. But my theory is because I remember Miyazaki really loved Bloodborne and what he created. I think he's interested in bringing back Bloodborne, but he's so successful and so busy. so he can't do it himself, but he doesn't want anyone else to touch it. So that's my theory, and the PlayStation team respects his wish, and that's my guess and theory. I'm not revealing any secret information. This is fair. This is fair, but again, Miyazaki did say that he was interested in doing it. Maybe at the time, his like calendar plus whoever he had to work with at Sony did not mesh, and that's why Miyazaki was like, PlayStation hasn't been forthcoming with the remake, the remaster, or the port, and now maybe PlayStation might be available to work with him, but he's busy. So that's what happens. That's what happens. You have to prioritize talent. You have to. Welcome in, Yobi. What's this? Why does it say 6? Ain't today? God damn it. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough, Yobi. I will go and change that. I will go and change that. Thanks for the save, Yobi. Appreciate that. Reichi says Japanese are different breed of annoying peoples, just like X. Was it H? Oh, okay. Hunter x Hunter writer. Whatever happened to Hunter x Hunter? It was going great. It was going great. Whatever happened? I don't know, man. I don't understand what happened to Hunter x Hunter. Anyways, let's keep it pushing. Again, just to put a nail in this one, I'm more of the opinion that Miyazaki was being truthful when he said that Sony were the ones that weren't forthcoming, and maybe now Sony might be forthcoming, but he's not available because we know he's doing all this work, and he's even got the Nintendo exclusive Souls-like online game, which is weird, but all right, sure. Yeah, man, it's in the future, Yobi. It's in the future. The dude is too busy being miserere and playing Dragon Quest. All right, I will not allow too much slander on Miyazaki. Let's move on. Moving on. Here's the first look at the live-action God of War. Gentlemen, the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously. Like, what are we doing? This looks like a joke. This looks like a joke. This looks like an SNL skit. This looks like someone was trying to meme on him. Maybe like Xbox was trying to make fun of him or something. It doesn't look good. It doesn't. Hopefully the writing is much better than whatever the fuck this is. I hope. Because this does not look great. Starring Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy and The Walking Dead as Kratos, and young actor Callum Vincent as his son Arteus. The Amazon series is currently in production in Vancouver, Canada. Okay. Quote, father and son, behold your first look at Kratos and Atreus in God of War series, now in production for Prime Video, Amazon said. Their journey to the highest peak begins. So, okay, fine. First things first, they fucked up with the way they even started with this thing. They should have started with the Ghost of Sparta saga. Like, they should have started from the beginning. That's what they should have done. So, there's many mistakes here. There's many mistakes. But Cult Classic Cage, welcome in. Appreciate you. Smash the like button, everyone. Please smash the like button. Share this out. Get it out to everyone. They need Atreus young because, you know, seasons 2 will happen in at least 5 years, and season 3 another 5 years. And again, Richie, they should have started with someone that was young so they could do Kratos back in Sparta. So we could first get to know the ghost of Sparta and then keep it pushing. But this looks lazy. It looks low quality. Like, I hope I made to eat crow, and when the show comes out, it's amazing and all this, and like, I'm completely wrong. I really do hope that, because I love the God of War series, at least up until 2018. But I'm not impressed at all. I'm not impressed. And if this was a stock, right? If this show was a stock and I could go on Polymarket and do something there, I'm selling. I am selling. This doesn't look like it's going to make it to season 4. If I'm being honest, it doesn't. Anyways, let's keep it pushing. Moving on, Games Media set for more layoffs as IGN-owned Eurogamer cuts editorial staff. The beloved British publication, beloved by who? By who? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Andy, are you the one who loves Eurogamer? Are you the one? The beloved British publication, which was sold by former owner Reed Pop in 2024, along with other Gamer Network brands, is facing at least its second round of editorial layoffs since joining IGN, VGC understands. That's understood to include the brand's most experienced editors and its entire 4-person video team, though at least one position will be transferred to IGN, according to people with knowledge of the situation. Behind the camera, cuts have also been made to the popular video channel Outside Xbox. VGC understands the brand has more than 3.5 million subscribers across its channels and recently wrapped a UK stage tour. IGN Entertainment, which operates under Ziff Davis, acquired the Gamer Network brand for a group of brands and websites for an undisclosed sum in May 2024. Gamer Network sites include renowned publications like GamesIndustry.biz, yes, Rock Paper Shotgun, ugh, VG247, shaky, while it owns shares in Nintendo Life owner Hookshot and Outside Xbox. Nintendo Life owns Outside Xbox? What? Okay. However, since joining IGN, the Gamer Network brands have faced editorial upheaval due to a mix of layoffs, redeployments, and divestitures. When the deal was announced, it came with several editorial cuts across publications and the closure of board game site Dicebreaker. Never heard of Dicebreaker. Sorry for anyone that lost their job over there. Shortly after the voluntary redundancy program initiated. Alright, so now just doing a background check of what already happened. Alright, so the cuts are happening. The knee-jerk reaction here is, oh, they've been writing bad things, so rip Bozo. That's the knee-jerk reaction. But the most realistic thing that probably is happening or has happened and will continue to happen is that AI is taking more and more writing jobs and editorial jobs and like video editing jobs, because it used to be you needed the four-man team. Now you have one guy that's very good with AI, and AI can like do the not do the whole job of his former colleagues, but it can make it easier for him to do the job of his former colleagues and still have a life, you know. So that's probably mostly the reason of what's happening. The knee-jerk reaction is definitely rip Bozo, you shouldn't be so woke or whatever, but most probably that's not why they're getting cut. They're probably getting cut because AI makes it so you can operate a lot of stuff without a lot of cost. So Calculated Case says, I'm interested in playing games, not movies. and shows based on games. I hope it flops. God damn. You know what? That's a take. That is a take. Eurotrash. What is left of games media is owned by a handful of companies to push their BS propaganda. They're being replaced by AI because I'm sure all these writers are using AI anyway. Yeah, but it's not just writers for Classic Age. It's also the video editing department, right? So everything that can be streamlined and you can reduce the amount of heads doing the work. There's no company that's like, oh, we're not doing that. You know, all the companies are signing on for that one. Everyone is happy to do it and bring down the cost. Why? Because the number every quarter must go up. All right, let's keep it pushing. Moving on, EA Skate Studio confirms layoffs as it moves to better support the game's long-term future. I'm sensing a theme. Guys. Lots of layings and offs and unemployment lines. That's the theme. Skate, a live service version of the classic series, was made available on consoles and PC in September, though player counts appear to have been modest, and the game's developer has acknowledged mixed reaction from players. I remember Matt, I don't know if you're still here in the chat, Matt. I remember you were very much down for Skate. Are you still playing Skate? What are your thoughts? Anyone else in the comment section, if you play this game, I'm curious to hear. On Wednesday, Full Circle announced that it's transforming as a studio. I love how they have all of these interesting words that they want to use to just, say that they're downscaling. We're not as successful as we thought we'd be. Half of the staff needs to go, or 25% of the staff needs to go, something like that. Just stop dancing around it, all right? But you know what? Fair play to the communications team. That is their job. To, quote, better support Skate's long-term future. Wouldn't better support mean adding people instead of reducing people? I don't know. It said, will result in some developers losing their job. Quote continues, since launching early access in September, tens of millions of you have stepped into San Vansterdam. Wow. The message reads, your passion, creativity, and feedback have reinforced our belief in what Skate can become. As Skate continues to evolve, we're transforming as a studio. We're reshaping Full Circle to better support Skate's long-term future and focus the team on the things that matter most to you and making those things great. Making things great. You know what? It's a good thing they didn't say making those things great again, because that combination of words can really, you know what, let's not get into it. These shifts mean making changes to our team structure, and some roles will be impacted. The teammates affected are talented colleagues and friends who helped build the foundation of Skate. They're talented, but they're not the most talented on the team, because the most talented will be retained. It's rough to say it, but that's what's happening. Quote, their creativity and dedication are deeply ingrained in what players experience today, which is why we're letting them go, because clearly the players aren't being retained. This decision is not a reflection of their impact. And we're committed to supporting them through this transition. The message concludes by claiming that work on the game will continue. Yes, we've heard this one before. We have heard this one before. Quote, we look forward to working with you as we move forward, listen more closely, and deliver consistently for all of you, the developer said. Our commitment to Skate and to the millions of players who believe in it remains strong. To our departing teammates, thank you. Skate exists because of your hard work and dedication to the craft. Oh well. Oh well. Hold on. In 2 to 3 years, we're getting Need for Speed made by AI. You know it. You know it, Rachie. Unfortunately, game journals have made themselves pointless for years before AI. They've managed to make everyone despise them. No one will shed tears for their job. That is too true. It's so true it kind of hurts. But yeah, when you antagonize your customer base, and then you have to shut up shop, or you have less money to go around, like the people that you've antagonized, do not expect any sympathy from them. And it's kind of nuts, actually, for you to even expect sympathy from them. I played a little of Skate. It was okay. I'm more of a Tony Hawk guy. What's the difference, though? Like, I'm curious. Is there a difference? I don't know. Carl Classic Cage, thank you so much for gifting 5, count 'em, 5 TSWS gaming memberships. And again, I want to use this opportunity to remind everyone that memberships are live. It's $1 a month, and we really appreciate those who want to support TSWS through other means besides watching the videos and commenting. Not to say that those don't have value, but if you want to support besides that, the memberships are live. The beneficiaries of Carl Classic Cage's gifted memberships are Fuzzy Tomato, Jerome Lockhart, 4GQTV, 504 B Street, and Chris Hughes. Enjoy, y'all. Enjoy. Rachie says at least those EA employees can always get a job for World War. I love the original Skate. You know, I was not reading before I say like what. Jeez, Rachie. Oh my goodness, that was extra. I love the original 3 Skate games. I just don't want to get stuck in another live service slop game. Fortnite is enough. And that's another crazy thing that these companies keep doing. It's an unforced error. They keep smashing their heads against this wall. The truth is, every single one of us gamers, we only have 24 hours in every day. And most of us, like Cult Classic Cage just said, most of us already have a game that we are like, hold on, let me move myself here. Most of us already have a game that we are fans of and that we play on a daily basis. It's not normal. It's not your normal gamer. Like, your average gamer does not have more than one game that they do dailies on. But they keep adding the live services when the amount of players is either stagnant or growing very slowly. So it's very weird. Skate tries to have more realistic physics and moves. Tony Hawk is more fun. You know what? In that case, I'm taking Tony Hawk. Like, if I'm looking for simulation, I'm not looking for it in a skating game. No offense to anyone that is doing that, but I'm not doing it. So I'm right there with you, Fuzzy. I would definitely prefer the arcade version of a skate game. Skate started out being more realistic, then kind of went a little more towards the arcade side with Skate 3. Tony Hawk is straight up arcadey from the beginning. Gotcha. Stanley Francois, ça va. Welcome in, Stanley. Welcome. What's happening? All right. Moving on. Here we've got casting call seemingly confirms Wolfenstein 3 is coming and reveals a new character. BJ is back. Here we go. I hope it's not like I don't know if you guys played the one with his daughters. You know what? Let's not get into that. That game was terrible. That game was really bad. Last month, multiple publications reported that Sweden-based Bethesda studio has started working on Wolfenstein 3 following the completion of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And now, thanks to alleged casting details published by MP First, we have some potential details on what the third game could look like. The details for a project codenamed Valkyrie are reportedly attached to the same performance and casting director who worked on previous Machine Games titles. Assuming, okay, so here we're doing the conspiracy theory thing, we're connecting the dots. Assuming they're accurate, according to the casting call, the third game will feature a new character codenamed Sophia. Oh God. Oh shit. Sophia is said to be described as a Ukrainian orphan between the ages of 8 and 11 who, alongside her adopted dog Ralph, is said to form a bond with William and accompany him on his travels. Seriously, stuff like this is why a lot of people say The Last of Us ruined video games. Like, now everything needs to be Joel and Ellie. Everything needs to be an escort mission with a young girl and a grizzled old veteran. The description also describes, seriously, who wrote this? Andy, come on. The description also describes the character's background. For anyone that doesn't understand why I'm upset or annoyed, when you're writing, you want to avoid redundancies and repetitions like this, right? Some people won't notice, but most will, even if it's an unconscious thing. And that doesn't tickle the brain. It doesn't. The description also describes the character's background. While initially suspicious and traumatized by war, she blooms under the care of the resistance, possibly referring to Kreisau's circle as a strong-willed survivor. Oh my God. Casting call is set to state that performance capture is scheduled to... Alright, so yeah, that's what's happening. I don't know what you guys think. I'm not excited. I'm not at all. What's wrong with Sophia? Dude, I don't know Sophia at all, but I'm telling you already, I don't like the description of the character. I don't care if her name was, I don't know, Sarah or Clara or whatever other name you could come up with. I'm not a fan of the description of the function of this new character. This doesn't sound like Wolfenstein, and it doesn't motivate me to be like, ooh, I can't wait to play the next Wolfenstein. And I've enjoyed the previous two. Xbox needs a dad simulator. Oh, shit. When are we getting Master Chief taking care of a child? You know what? This one, it's not a super chat, but I'll put you up on the screen. Dude, literally, this is where we're going. This is where we're going. The idea now is everything needs to be The Last of Us. It's so frustrating and repetitive and boring. It's so bloody boring. Anyways, let's move on. Moving on. We missed the mark, says Discord. It's delaying global age verification until it's improved the process. So this is still happening. It's still happening. It's just delayed. Last year, Discord added a new age verification system for some users in the UK and Australia that requires them to scan their face or ID to access sensitive material. So here's where I come down on this one. I think, especially with all the Epstein stuff that we've heard about, the whole child protection thing, I can see why it is warranted and necessary, etc. I have different days when I'm really down with it, and like there's some days when I wake up and I'm like, you know what, fine. When Discord finally implements this, I'm just gonna hop on board and we're gonna keep it pushing. And then there's days when I'm like, no, I think I'm just gonna quit Discord. I think I'm done with that, and I don't want to participate in whatever the hell they're doing over there. Today, I'm definitely on the side of, I think it might just be necessary in the long term. And I don't think it's a battle we can win realistically, because it seems the whole world, the whole planet, the whole internet is moving in that direction, I think. So, yeah. Who greenlit that? They did, I guess. It then announced earlier this month that it would be rolling out age verification globally in early March, which would require users to confirm their age before viewing certain Discord servers or channels. Now, in a new blog post, co-founder and chief technology officer Stanislav Vishnevsky says the company is now delaying its global age verification rollout until the second half of 2026 as it addresses user concerns. Stanislav, because I'm not reading this again, Stanislav noted that one of the main reasons for the backlash was that not everyone realized that age verification would only be required for Discord servers tagged as adults only, as opposed to the entire service. So I'm one of those believers in the slippery slope theory, and yeah, it's going to start as adults only, and then it will be moved to whatever servers are talking about politics, and then it will be moved to whatever servers are talking about problematic video games, etc., etc., etc. No, this is Discord saying, let us just put the tip in, and then everyone knows what happens once the tip gets in. They're not stopping there. All right, but let's carry on. Quote, the way this landed right now, right? Because after they put the tip in, all they have to do is wait, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, because Project 2030 is in 5 years, right? So that's fine. Waiting 2 years to put the rest of it in is fine. The way this landed, many of you walked away thinking we're requiring face scans and ID uploads from everyone just to use Discord, he wrote. That's not what's happening. But the fact that so many people believe it tells us we failed at our most basic job, clearly explaining what we're doing and why. That's on us. No. You guys explained it perfectly. What you are trying to do right now is you're trying to re-explain it, right? And pull out. This is essentially when Xbox was like, oh, Outer Worlds is $80, and then, no, it's $70. You think they're not going to try and push $80 in the future? You think Sony's not going to try to do that? You think Nintendo's not? Dude, this Discord thing, they're definitely, eventually the goal is to make it so you cannot use Discord without ID uploads and face scans. That is the goal. For everything, the whole app, you won't be able to do anything without these. That is the eventual goal. Make no mistake of it. This is just the tip. Stanislav stressed that over 90% of users will never need to get the fuck out of here. Never. Stanislav won't even be at Discord when they finally put the rest of it in. He's just responsible for making sure we give consent for the tip. Over 90% of users will never need to verify their age to continue using Discord exactly as they do today, noting that many of those who do need to verify their age will be automatically verified based on certain flags on their account. Sure, buddy. Quote, most users never access age-restricted content or change their default safety settings, he explained. For those who do, we have an internal system that works to accurately determine your age. Discord already runs safety systems that catch spam rings, prevent raids, and detect coordinated abuse, powered by our rules engine, which we just open sourced as Offspray for their platforms to use. Age determination works the same way, using the same category of account level signals: how long your account has existed, whether you have a payment method on file, what types of servers you're in general. Well, motherfucker, if this thing works so well, why do you want face scans? Why do you want anything? Clearly today I'm on the side of fuck Discord, right? Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm like, you know what, maybe this will work. Maybe it'll work. But today I'm not feeling this. It does not read your messages. Sure. We trust you. Of course it doesn't read our messages. Analyze your conversations, or look at content you post. We know trust us isn't enough yet. Well, if you know, then stop saying it. Jeez, man. The communications team that put out this statement, not great. Not a good day. We know trust us isn't enough here, which is why we'll publish the methodology before global launch. I'm looking forward to like the breakdown from the boffins that are very good at analyzing this type of stuff, because I don't trust any of these companies. But if a bunch of autistic, crazy dudes that are ex-Doge employees, give this a go and they verify it and they agree that, yeah, you know what, it's fine, maybe then I'll give it a chance. For those users who will need to verify their age, Stanislav says Discord plans to give them options designed to tell us only your age and never your identity. He also noted that Discord is no longer working with the age verification company Persona because they got hacked. We've been evaluating multiple vendors to offer a range of verification options. And this is the thing. Everything gets hacked eventually. Everything. There's nothing on the internet ain't never been hacked. So when you put this data out there, you essentially, it's a ticking time bomb. It's going to happen eventually. In January, we ran a limited test with Persona in the UK only. After completing the test, we decided not to move forward with them, and consistent with our privacy policy, all data was deleted after completing verification. Trust us? Huh? All data that they shared with Persona that also got hacked was deleted after completing verification. How do we know this happened? How? Any way to verify this? Nothing. We just, all right, good stuff. We've set a new bar for any partner offering facial age estimation, including that it must be performed entirely on device, meaning your biometric data never leaves your phone. Persona did not. Sure, buddy. Sure. I'm okay with age verification, says Raichi, but make it work for COD so we can protect the children for real. Talos Ray, welcome in. Smash the like button. Get comfortable. We're doing a catch up. Oh my God. We only have 12 minutes left. Yeah, we're going to be catching up eternally. It is what it is. It's a lot of news. We need to draw lines on what we won't do. Xbox isn't enforcing the use of AI, new gaming CEO says. This one's posted by Chris Scullion. Xbox. In an interview with Windows Central, new Microsoft Gaming CEO Asha Sharma and Chief Content Officer Matt Booty said there are no demands from management to use AI in game development, but that it will still be used as a productivity tool. Sharma explained that while the company will indeed use AI during development, it's more important that it's used properly and not for poor quality output. What does properly even mean? This is the vague corpo speak that I despise, like saying a whole bunch of stuff, but not really saying anything. I think, quote, I think that with any new technology, it brings possibilities as a tool, but even more important, especially now, we need to draw lines on what we won't do, Sharma said. Okay, are we going to hear about at least 3 of these lines? Or is she gonna just leave it there? That we need to draw lines and then just leave it hanging, just, floating up in the ether. That's what I attempted to do when I shared my opening letter. I will not flood our ecosystem with slop. We won't have careless output. We won't have derivative work. I deeply believe in the words that I shared previously there. The words that I shared previously there. Booty added that AI is being used as a tool for productivity at Microsoft, but not necessarily to replace the creation of art assets. Okay, that's fair. Quote, just as a group, game developers are always eager to adopt new technology, he said. When Photoshop showed up, it took about 1 month for it to appear in every game studio on the planet because it was so useful. What I hear throughout our studios is it is the people, our artists, our coders, the writers, they're doing the creative work. In my experience, anytime there's new technology, what happens is there's a need for more specialists, new specialists. It raises the bar on what the expectations are for quality of the game. This was word salad. This was just word salad. We could have, this was not necessary. He didn't have to say nothing, really. Continuing, he said, we've got no pressure from Microsoft. There are no directives on AI coming down. Our teams are free to use any technologies that might be beneficial, whether it's helping write code or check for bugs. Things more in the production pipeline. At the end of the day, as Asha said, we're committed to art made by people. Technology is only in support of that. So off the bat, I don't believe Matt Booty. I will only believe that this is real after we've had a couple layoffs, let a couple years go by, let a couple disgruntled employees leave and do some interviews. Whether it's mid-level, high-level, or low-level employees, let a couple employees leave, and then we get some leaks. That's what I will believe. When we get information from people that are not in the paycheck list, that's when I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, they actually weren't pushing AI. But for now, he's just saying whatever he's been told to say. Last week in a first statement, okay, we already saw the first statement. How are you guys feeling about Asha Sharma? Obviously, it's still kind of new, right? It's still kind of new. But how are you guys feeling about her? Rachie says AI will record everything we do on Xbox like they didn't with the built-in recording function. Exactly. AI is going to record everything. Just make peace with it and move on. Speaking of moving on, Amazon continues its games call, dropping driving game Forza Horizon devs. Maverick Games was founded in 2022, 4 years, I guess, by several of the core team behind the Forza Horizon series, including the creative director Mike Brown. As reported by the Game Business, Maverick's debut title is still in development, but it's now seeking a new publisher partner after Amazon parted company with the studio. In recent months, Amazon has significantly scaled back its games operation, ending most of its MMO productions, including New World, which will shut down next year. It also announced the closure of platformer King of Meat and sold MOBA March of Giants to Ubisoft. Amazon Giant Studios boss Christoph Hartmann left last month as well. In a statement, an Amazon Game Studio spokesperson said the company would focus on its streaming platform Luna and its upcoming Tomb Raider project. Quote, as part of our strategic evolution to focus on projects that leverage Amazon's unique strengths and scale, including the recent relaunch of Luna and our Tomb Raider franchise partnership with Crystal Dynamics, we have decided to release Maverick games from their publishing agreement with Amazon Game Studios, it said. We have tremendous respect for the Maverick Games team and the compelling narrative-led driving experience they're creating. This decision allows Maverick Games the flexibility to find a publishing partner whose strategic priorities are better aligned with bringing their game to market. We're proud of what we accomplished together. What you didn't accomplish anything. You did not accomplish anything. Anyways, Amazon's taking a step back, which is fair. It's fair. The industry is shrinking, and those that don't identify that on time, it's going to be ripbozo for your bank account. So, yeah. Anyways, the last piece of news for today on the catch-up is Nikon files for insolvency, says it's assessing all possible solutions to continue running. For anyone that follows WRC, this is not a big surprise. Like, I'm a big fan of WRC, and Nikon used to publish the WRC games. Suddenly, you found out a couple of years ago, ooh, WRC is now at EA. It's like, how did that happen, right? Hopefully they find a new publisher. Yeah, Fuzzy, I hope they find a new publisher, because if they, we like, Forza is awesome, but if we can get a competitor, a capable competitor, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. But let's get into the Nikon news. Last week, the company announced that its majority shareholder, Big Ben Interactive, had failed to make partial repayment of its bond loan to its bondholders due to an an unexpected and late refusal by its banking pool. Nikon stated last week that its situation required the rapid implementation of a financial restructuring with its creditors in order to ensure the continuity of its operations. Today, it has announced that its available assets, do not allow it to meet its due liabilities, and that as a result, the company will, as of today, file for insolvency with the court and request the opening of judicial reorganization proceedings. These proceedings are designed to let Nikon assess all possible solutions to ensure the sustainability of the company's activity under the best possible conditions, protect employees, and preserve jobs while renegotiating with its creditors in a calm and constructive framework. It adds this procedure will enable the company to continue its business, renegotiate its debts, and develop a credible and effective continuation plan. So yeah, again, following the Amazon news shrinking as well, the industry as a whole, like for all those that overstepped, and I feel like if Tencent was not owned by the CCP, I might be wrong, but I feel like if Tencent was not owned and funded by the CCP, Tencent would also be scaling back bigly, like a lot, right? So this is just a continuation of the industry shrinking. Hopefully we can get a proper rebirth in the next 2 or 3 years. But for now, it's all downhill, baby. It's all downhill. Nikon struggling is scary. Loved RoboCop. Wanna see them continue. That's fair. That's fair. Call Classic Cage. And again, like the WRC series, which they also used to publish, I hope they can get that back from EA, because I don't trust EA to make WRC moving forward. Are they the publishers behind RoboCop? Yes, they are. Yep. They are, Richie. That's them. Literally. So, anyways, everyone, thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate y'all. I'm planning on doing the catch up twice a week. So today's what? Today's Tuesday, so I'm thinking the next one we could do on Thursday, on the 19th. Tomorrow I will be streaming just on my channel, but it won't be video game focused. So if y'all can come through on my channel, that would be nice. My channel is literally just my name. Just look for Lok7. I'll be over there doing something different from just video games. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for the super chats, the gifted memberships, the interaction in the comment section. Y'all are freaking awesome. What am I getting for breakfast? I'm having a cheese sandwich actually today. I'm having a cheese sandwich. Talus Ray, Yobi. The MVP today is definitely Carl Classic Cage. Definitely. Yes. Yobi, link my channel. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let me quickly look for my channel. Let me quickly look for this. I only have 4 subscribers on my channel though, so it's not impressive, right? It's not impressive. Hold on, let me put the link over there. There we go. I hope that's in the channel. Yeah, but thank you to everyone, guys. We really appreciate you on TSWS. I especially appreciate y'all for coming out so early and late, depending on where you guys are at. Oshus is in here, and it's 7 a.m. his time. Yeah, grilled cheese, Richie. I'm having grilled cheese. Appreciate you, Carl Classic Cage. Why am I a fraud, Oshus? Why am I a fraud? What the hell? What's going on? 1 a.m. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. Cheers, Richie. Nowhere to go, but yep. All right, y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow on my channel, talking about other stuff that's not game related. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.